just listening. The pregame show, Cowboys versus Browns. Come on with it.
On the real, me and your mama get real serious.
As this room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let friends, neighbors know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. And if you're new here, hey, sharing is caring. Speak wisely. Come on, stand tall or not at all. Stay rooted in, baby. Come on. Yup. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on with it. Come on now. Who run it? All right. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cowboys pregame show. Let's go. Yo. Give me a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Give me a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Come on. All right. Forgive me on Facebook. I think the doggone thumbnail, not the thumbnail, but the title. The title may be off. I had to go back in and post and fix that up. But in the meantime, in the between time, let's listen to this right here, Cowboy Nation, while I'm still setting up.
Your families, it's that's the group that has to learn to deal with it. But for me, I just look at that as part of my
Appreciate y'all.
responsibility.
Mike, with the pressure to win, your contract status, all that, how do you deal with that pressure? Are there things that you do, ways that you think that help you kind of handle that?
Well,
it's good. Appreciate you, Cliff. Thank you, Cliff. Thank you.
That's really, it's not a viewpoint of mine. This business is about opportunity. I'm thankful and appreciate the opportunity in front of me, and that's really how it's been. I mean, and I get what goes in contracts, and I really don't want to speak on it because I haven't spoke on it because there's really nothing to talk about because it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is today, and that's really, I think, something that we can all just stay in touch with because we do have responsibilities.
Can y'all hear Mike?
Winning games, and but the only thing that truly pays the bills is winning games. So, and that's where.
Give me a 1 if y'all can hear Mike good. All I need is one mic.
So,
one mic.
We know how things work, but yeah, I can't stand up in front of a group of men and consistently on a daily basis demand that they focus their time and energy on winning, and then I'm up here talking about things that have nothing to do with winning. So, I guess that's how I deal with it.
So Mike McCarthy knows a little bit of what you're looking for whenever it comes to pressure. Just a reminder, in year 5 of his tenure with the Green Bay Packers, what happened?
Oh, got some jewelry. Got a Super Bowl win,
He
right?
won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, not saying that's the case this year for the Cowboys, but it is something to look forward to because he knows what it takes in order to get this thing done. Now, this year, the motto for Mike McCarthy and company, rooted. That's a number one thing on their mind. They are rooted, they are staying in the present, and they're trying to find a little bit of growth in year 5 after watering a tree. They equated it to a Chinese bamboo tree. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to water it for 4 years and then lead it into 90 feet of growth in the 5th year, which is what the Chinese bamboo tree does. I'm not going to try and say the name, but I do want to say that
Chinese
is
bamboo.
the metaphor, and that is what Mike McCarthy is looking for. Now, let's go ahead and hear from C.D. Lamb and company, because C.D., I mean, there's a lot to talk about whenever it comes to C.D. Lamb. 4 years, $136 million. We're just giving out money all over the show today. So, Barry, what does this contract do for C.D. Lamb and
While they're
company
talking
now
about
that he
C.D.
has
Lamb
this one signed?
contract,
Well,
I just want to say this, man. Appreciate everybody, man. If you're on the YouTube side, let me know. It's still not showing up on my end. Look, let me see if I can get this YouTube page going before we get things going. Not showing up on my end. There we go. It's even a delayed on my end. I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, I ain't getting a notification of my own notification. All right. So we there. And YouTube, fix this thing. Fix this, Rich. Fix this, But we're here. We're here. Okay. So I had to refresh up, down, left, right, select start. All right, so let me give you guys this right quick. The inactives report just came out. Matt, well, let's go. Shout out to him. He's not starting today. He's not activated like the S-curl or the gel. John Stephen Jr., he's not activated at all. I know he had some type of thing that he was dealing with, and it is what it is. But shout out to John Stevens. Maybe we see him next week. The $5.5 million Trigger Trey. Put Trigger Trey in the chat. Trigger Trey is not activated today. Buddy, my dog, my brother. You're my brother, don't you know? Buddy is not activated at all. Yeah. And on this list, out of everybody's name that's on this list, that's not activated, that I'm kind of mad about.
What more do you want from me?
Is Ryan No, we won't be able to see Ryan today, man. Saving Private Ryan. We won't be able to see him today. It states that he's not activated, and it's one of those things, whereas I wanted to see him. If you wanted, I like Ryan. I think that you would probably need him in a game like this. Flo is not activated at all, baby. So that is right there to me. Like, come on, man. We drafted this dude, man. We wanted to see him out there, man. And let's see what they talking about now.
Last season.
All right, I'm going to go with two other names. I'm going to go with Jake Ferguson at the tight end position, okay, number one. I think that's Dak's number one guy. We talk about his security blanket. That is exactly who that is, and I believe that he will be a Pro Bowl tight end this year. And then on the other hand, nobody's saying his name, Rico Dowdle.
Dowdle!
Will be the man. He won't be the one who gets the start.
I'll be
but he
the
doesn't
man
really
when
matter
I
who
walk
starts in this
through.
office because it's all about rotational and running back by committee. I think
All right,
Rico
Peter
Dowdle
Rich,
is
homie.
the only running back on this roster currently outside of the Deuce Vaughn, who's going to be in there sprinkled in from time to time, who has the ability to be a power back, be a third down back, and have the acceleration to be able to go for long distances to enforce big plays.
So according to my guy Isaiah Standback, Rico will be the person that he kind of like spotlighting, and shout out to Dak Prescott for that. I wanted to show y'all that Rico, not Suave, but Rico, he done cut his braids off, man, or he cut his dreads, or locks, for those who say, Lord, they're not. What's wrong with my thing here? Okay, let me know if you guys can still hear me. They said he cut it off, and that's the thing there. That when you do that, it is what it is. There you go. Got a little glitch on there. Okay, here we go. And boom, here we go. Want to freeze up everybody on the internet today. All right, so no locks, Rico. You see, he got the smooth cut, taper fade. He got the Derek Eagleton cut. That's what he got. He got the Derek Eagleton cut, man. So it is what it is at this point. Shout out to him. We hope all is well. I think that my guy Rico will give you anywhere between 15 touches at most today. I'm looking for him to be a standout guy. Let me know. Let me know how y'all feel about Rico today. What y'all hopes are for Rico. ladies and gentlemen, as we get everything going. Jake says, what's good? Appreciate you. Let's effing go. Yeah. Dak will be sharp today. Rico, how many yards y'all want to do for Rico? Over or under 50 yards? Is he going to go over or under 50 yards? Rico cut his hair off, man, He done cut his hair off, man. Ooh, somebody said over. It's over now. David says, Law, I saw Trey Lance walking into the stadium earlier. He looked pissed. Well, my thing is we got an hour before kickoff. I would say this with Trigger Trey, I would have figured out a way to use him. I wouldn't have him on the inactivated list, I would have figured out a way to use Trey Lance to my 37-10. Ooh, we got to play the Saints next week. I'll figure out a way to use Trey Lance. But on the Cleveland Browns not active list, you got Jedarick Willis, he's not activated. And then you have DTR, who's their version of Trey Lance over there. He's not activated. Isaiah McGuire, he's not activated. Miles. Hey, when I saw Miles, I said, what? But Miles Harden, not Miles Garrett, but Miles Harden. Harden is not activated, and then Khalif is not activated from the damn Browns. So yeah, y'all saw that list, man. Miles Harden, I would have used Trey Lance as a weapon, man, when we get close to the red zone. But let's listen to what they got a piece on with my guy over here.
The depth piece for his grittiness and long list of pass breakups at Wake Forest. But in just 4 months of working with Al Harris, he's shown that his ability to disrupt receivers and physicality now comes with ball hawk skills. He hauled in 2 interceptions in Oxnard. Keep in mind, he had 3
Can y'all see me?
college
Am I
career.
still frozen?
I like the blank canvas, but knew coming in that this kid was going to be raw, but extremely talented, and he's
They
doing
talking
a great
about
job picking up the coaching points.
Give me a 1 if y'all can
Love
still
his
see me.
instincts and ball skills. So it's one thing to have them, but then when you start getting your hands on balls in practice and PBUs and things like that. So every
Sadiq,
time
what's
he's been
good?
given an opportunity, he has shown early that he belongs.
More opportunities sometimes comes with pressure, but the challenge isn't too big for the rookie.
I don't try to make it a big moment. It's going to be any other game. I've been playing football all my life, so I just feel like
All my
nothing changes.
life.
Coachable, consistent, confident, and composed. Things you just can't teach. And it's something Carson looks to put on full display on Sunday.
It's an opportunity of a lifetime. You wait for this moment as a child, and it happened to be my first game. So I greatly appreciate it, and I'm blessed to be in this position.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Of course, it is going to be a challenge. Barry, you played in the secondary throughout your entire career.
You know what? I'm looking at the TV that I'm on right now is the Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons. It's important where we watch every game, and Steelers looking like they play a little harder this year than what they did last year. And I think we play the Atlanta Falcons too. So it's going to be a situation where it's good to watch these games. It's good to make sure that you look at everything. As far as the quarterbacks around the league, we've seen a fast start from the Cards, and then all of a sudden they are behind the ball right here, and the Bills are in scoring distance. We saw a fast start by the Titans, and now that game is close, 17-13. The Patriots 16-7 right there against the Bengals, and the Texans they fighting for their life, 22-20 right there. Dolphins they trying to creep back up. I can't talk today. And then the Saints finally allowed the Panthers to score, and that's how they go. So we're heading into the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. The thing that my Cowboys got to do. The things that we got to do is we was just live on Foot's channel. and we was talking about me, Okoye, Vach jumped in for a second. Cowboys Beat, Chris from Cowboys Beat, we all was there, and we was talking about what are these significant things that the Cowboys must do in order to get things moving. Well, first and foremost, what we got to do is create pressure, create turnovers from our defense, and we got to make Deshaun Watson one-dimensional. We got to. I look at this game as, hey, you may get a Deshaun Watson who may be a little rusty. Well, this feast or famine. You got to make sure that we got to make sure that we apply the pressure and we force him into some ill-advised throws. And if we can stop the run and make him throw the ball more than anything, it don't matter if he got Jerry Jeudy. It doesn't matter if he have Amari Cooper and Cedric Tillman. We can force these things and get things rolling. Tommy says, any prize picks, Law? No, because we got my bookie now. So check out my bookie. My guy's going with a +2 for the Cowboys under 41. So that's a steal in his mind. That's $100,000. And speaking of that, our sponsors for this show today is no other than. This video is sponsored by SeatGeek. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There's no other app better than SeatGeek. Not number 2, not number 3, but #1. SeatGeek. There are more than 70,000 events in SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals. And for transparency, each ticket is graded on a scale from 1 to 10. So green means good, red means bad. So I would tell you, look for the green tickets. And you know I came through for you guys. Use my code LawNation for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That's right. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code LawNation. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. SeatGeek. Let's get it. Code LawNation for $20 off your first SeatGeek order. No doubt, man. Appreciate y'all's support. So check out the information in the description box and sign up for SeatGeek, man. I think they do a great job of finding tickets for you guys, and you can get $20 off your first order there. So, and that's not just germane to just sports, man. They got it everywhere. So if you got a concert, man, if you want to see a Young Stomach Change, someone like that, you know what I'm saying, mixed with Ice Spice, then look up on your SeatGeek, man, app, and then use promo code LawNation, and then we at least put $20 on it. You know what I mean? So that's how that goes. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in, for y'all support. I'm going to see if I can pin it to the top of the page there, and we get things going. So don't sleep on our rookies. One of our rookies that I'm really going to pay close attention to is Cooper Beebe. Oh, my God. One can argue that out of all of our draft picks, Cooper, number 56, may be one of the guys that we can all sit back and say, man, this is great. This is wonderful, man. And I think, first and foremost, that this could be the alleyway for us all, right? Cooper Beebe. And I heard on the other page, on 105.3 The Fan, the voice of the Cowboys, Brad Sham, talked about how important it was for, even when Dak Prescott, his rookie year, Travis Frederick being in the mix. And this is the closest thing we can come to a Travis Frederick. Not saying that he's Travis in them, you know. Yeah, Keem says, Law, the Giants checked out. Oh, wow. What's that score again over there at the Giants land? Bad Dog, where you at, Bad Dog? Is Bad Dog streaming the game? Yo, oh, my gosh, man. I'm still mad about Amari Cooper. This is my girl, Brandy. Yeah. Speaking of Cooper BB, let's listen to Cooper and them, if possible, man. Y'all bear with me.
You guys kind of build off
Can y'all hear that?
And has Tyler kind of maybe help motivate you guys and vice versa to really be prepared?
Yeah, absolutely. Just from the jump, I was meeting with our assistant O-line coach, and he's been getting us right since the jump. And like you said, us rookies getting together, especially, we have 3 O-line rookies, and really just quizzing each other and making sure, when we got there, we were as ready as it can be. Because, when you first get here, there's that big gap you got to breach. And, the more time, the more reps you get, the slowly close that in. And we definitely lean on each other for sure.
So not only is it an NFL debut for Cooper Beebe, but it's also a position change. He played guard during his time at Kansas State, taken in the 3rd round by the Cowboys, and really from the jump, the expectation was that they would move him to center. Also, the same can be said for Tyler Guyton. He didn't really play a whole lot at left tackle, just one collegiate start during his time with the Oklahoma Sooners and TCU Horned Frogs. So Nate Newton, 6-time Pro Bowler, 3-time Super Bowl champ on the offensive line. What is the task that's really been put in front of these offensive linemen when it comes to the Cowboys rookies?
For Cooper Beebe, man, to be able to snap that ball short, right up under when he comes right up under the center, and when he steps back, those are big things that he has to do. But this is the most important thing. He has to get the offensive line set, and he has to say over, under, because they play a 4-man front, Cleveland. So it's an over, under, or it's just an even. So he's got to make that call, and he's also got to tell where the protection at. And I'm talking about in a pass situation, he got to go to the Mike, to the secondary guy.
Yeah.
And he's telling his offensive line, hey, we have the Mike, who's 58, Jordan Hicks, out to this guy. And then Dak has the next guy, or the running back has the next guy. So he's got to make all these calls while he may have Myles Garrett, or Shelby Harris, or Delvin on top of his head.
Yeah.
So it's a hard job for him. But our left tackle, he's going to have to be danced with the devil because he got the place. How you have Zadarius Smith.
Zadarius.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. You got Myles Garrett once again, who they move around. So these guys have their hands full, but all we have to do is teach technique and be physical with your finishes.
They've had a ton of reps throughout training camp and the preseason, both in games and in practice. But have they had enough of a ramp-up period and enough of an adjustment to get ready for a moment like this?
Let me hear what you say.
No.
Whoa!
Okay. This is where the bullets fly. This
come
is
on,
where things
come
jump
on,
off the map.
Nate.
They're going to have to rely on what they learned in college, what Coach Solari has taught them in practice. Because now they had great practices against the Rams.
He said Scolari, not Solari.
Scolari. They got a taste of it. But this is 0 to 1,000 miles an hour, and that's a lot different. Yeah. That's when you have to depend on your technique and be able to finish blocks.
So it's safe to say that you can possibly see a couple of mishaps in game number 1, week 1?
I hope not, but these are grown men. These are not your guys in college where 90% of the time you're the better guy. You're facing guys that are equal or better than you, and plus they got that knowledge and wisdom on how to play you.
And depending on who you talk to, one of the best defensive fronts in all of football is waiting in the Cleveland Browns here.
No doubt, no doubt. So that's Kyle Yeomans and my guy Nate. Here's the tone. Nate Newton sounds a whole lot better than what he sounded like last year looking at this offensive line. Let me say this again. Nate Newton sounds a whole lot better this year than what he sounded like last year. He was saying around this time, he said it's going to be about around week 6, week 7 before this offensive line get together. And he was beating up Zach Martin. He was like, Zach Martin, you got to keep in mind he's not X, Y, and Z. And then when all of that came into pass, we all can look back now and say, hey, he's right on the money with this, So I would say this, hopefully, we can not miss a beat, but there is a possibility out there. There is a strong possibility of those things being out there. So, Nate, I love his evaluation and assessments of it. But far as what Kyle Yeoman's saying, that this is a new spot for Cooper Beebe, I want you guys to contextualize this like this. To the right of him, he got Zach Martin, right? And then to the left of him, he got Tyler Smith. He should have a good showcasing if he just do his job and don't drop it. Just do his job. Now, Tyler Guyton, what you can do with him is we can do chip and release. This should be a game that Luke Schoonmaker, when we go 12 personnel, he stay in the backfield. This should be a game, whereas when we have Ezekiel Elliott out there, she should be able to cheat to that side and be on the left hip of Dak Prescott to help him out. So those are things that we are looking for, and those are things that should happen in this particular game, ladies and gentlemen. We got about 40 minutes before kickoff. Come on with it, man. Let me know. Put your score predictions down in the chat and let me know, man, if you're going to use SeatGeek next week. Come on, man. Get down here to these games and stuff, man. And $20 off of whatever you guys are needing to use on your first order with SeatGeek. We're using promo code LAW. Baby, come on with it. Tell them Trev says 30-10, man, if that happening, bro. Man, we gonna do some giveaways this week if y'all get right on these numbers, man. We're gonna pick somebody. We're gonna pick somebody to give something to someone. 28-17. Yeah. Let's go with it. 24-20. Law Willie Tay, what's good with you, man? 23-10. Cowboys vet 71. Appreciate you. James Fox. Well, shout out to Jamie Fox. Are you Jamie Fox? I know he a Cowboy fan. Shout out to Jamie Fox if that's you. 33-10, 33-17. Let's go with it. Boss, Cowboy by nature, says 20-17. Okay. And keep in mind, around halftime, stay tuned because we're going to pick up them phone lines. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know how y'all feel. I smell Brandon cooking in the end zone. Okay, Brandon cooks. Okay. Man, I can't wait, man. We got 5 more minutes before the game is over with. I'm ready. Tell him, Trev, I'm ready, man. Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready for this, man. We were born for it. We was molded and shifted by it, and all of those things. You know how it goes, Cowboy Nation. Yeah.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
And then this is Dak Prescott.
On the real, me and your mama are getting real serious. So it look like I'm gonna be around here for a while. I ain't trying to be your daddy or nothing, but if you need some advice, feel free to talk to me.
Inactive earlier in the week, he was ruled out because of an injury. He's their starting left tackle. Jack Conklin, the starting right tackle, is also unavailable for the Cleveland Browns. So that's a big loss for Cleveland. How much are they going to have to adjust without both of their tackles?
Oh, a lot, because the first guy you mentioned, he is an all-pro. He got skill set like you would not believe in Wills. He is a great left tackle. That already hurt me. They was going to move Conklin over, but now Conklin's out, so that leaves DeJuan Jones and James Hudson to be the backups. We should feast.
Feast! Excuse me. Come on, you be watching my show, Nate.
Sorry,
we should feast.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, Cal.
The left tackle and the right tackle
both
being out. That's a lot here to take in. Now, when it comes to
put feast in the chat, baby.
What they're trying to figure out.
Put feast in the chat.
Defensive line rather for the Cowboys. Do you feel like this helps some of those guys out, like a Mozzie Smith, knowing that the interior is going to have a lot more pressure on them?
Yeah.
There you go, Mark. Feast.
And I hate to be the Debbie Downer to this, but Mozzie is not who I'm worried about. I'm worried about Linval Joseph and Jordan. Those two guys. I'm hoping that they can come up and step up and help Mozzie understand what he needs to do, like Hankerson did last year.
Get Cal over some water, man.
Get in his mindset that I am not the playmaker. I'm the
there you go, Cal Yeoman.
I'm the guy that's eating up bodies, taking up space so that our linebackers can make the plays. So Mozzie has to get a mindset that I'm not the man. I'm the guy that's going to make the man.
There you go.
Of course, the Cowboys' offensive line is going to have plenty to look forward to whenever it comes to Myles Garrett. Later in the show, we're going to talk about these edge rushers because not only is Myles Garrett one of the biggest and best in all of the NFL, and we'll talk more about his impact for the Cleveland Browns, but we're also going to talk about Micah Parsons and what he brings going into year number 4. Are the expectations too high for Mike?
Nah. Shit. Expectations, look. I want y'all to know this, though. Look into my eyes when I say this. The expectation for Parsons is right on par. It's right on par, baby. This is right on par. Parsons need to feast. Parsons with this dude right here. Where you at? Come on with it. Come on with it. There you go. Yeah.
Get your up there and contain the damn ball. This is why we do it. Hey, too many
he banged on that damn table.
We're too damn soft.
That's how we need to do
mistakes. I hate mistakes.
We need Parsons to be an animal. And the greatest thing about this is that we heard storylines and news from Mike Zim himself. I'm not finna just have him on one area of the field. I'm going to move this brother around. This may be Parsons' first INT. Parsons may get his first pick. 6, by the way. Yeah, he may get his first pick 6. Can't wait, man. Come on with it.
Passing yards per game, total yards per game last year, and they bring a fierce pass rush as we welcome you back in here to Cowboys Pregame Live with Barry Church and Isaiah Stanback. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Now, Barry, I'll start with you on the defensive side. What does this Cleveland Browns defense do best?
Well, to me, they rush the passer. All right, when you have a guy like Myles Garrett out there who can rush the passer, doesn't need to add extra blitzes, doesn't need to bring a linebacker or a nickel guy out there. He can get after the quarterback himself. That provides so much more cushion for you in the secondary because you can make those windows cloudy for the quarterback. You have a lot of people dropping in depth to make everything cloudy for you. So when you're able to rush the passer with just those 4 people and still generate pressure, that makes things a lot harder for the opposing offense.
And to complement that, and then obviously you have the defensive backs, and those guys play man-to-man very well. When I say very well, I mean top 5 in the NFL. When these guys play man-to-man coverage, these guys are in the top 5 in terms of not allowing any positive plays to happen on the outside. Those guys are going to create a lot of problems in terms of being able to about pressure guys. So you talk about Jalen Tolbert, you talk about CeeDee Lamb trying to get his feet back underneath him, obviously after having not done training camp. These guys are going to test that.
All right. Let's see what they got. I'm just take a peek at what they do.
Amari Cooper is. Amari Cooper will probably not admit it. He's got a lot on the line today. You know, with how things ended here in Dallas for him, and you know the fact that they basically just a 5th round pick. They were that just shows you how interested they were just moving on from him.
No doubt.
So this secondary for Dallas, if they do not get pressure, if they do not take advantage of this Browns offensive line, especially throwing the football, man, Amari Cooper can make a ton of plays. Judy can make a ton of plays. Njoku can make a ton of plays. I would keep an eye on today on Kevin Stefanski and how many screens he throws this game. If he's worried about Micah Parsons and these guys
picked off.
And if he worries about the AA gap blitzes and stuff, he's going to think, okay, I'm just going to sneak forward over here. I'm going to sneak forward, or Njoku over here. You know, throw a screen. There were plenty of times they're going to move
Kirk Cousins threw that pick.
That's how you know that the Browns are going to throw the ball. I think they do not want to put their quarterback in harm's way. I could see just a lot of simple passes very early in this game to try and get him going.
All right, let's go out to Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland and welcome in Christy Scales, Cowboy sideline reporter. It's time to get the scoop, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get the scoop, baby. Let's get the scoop.
Happy game day. Welcome to a brand new Cowboys season.
Christy!
And it's going to be a beautiful day in Cleveland. That's good news.
Oh, it's going to be a high about 70, barely any clouds in the air, beautiful blue sky. I will tell you, though, it's a little bit breezy. Winds about 10 to 15 miles an hour, but here in Cleveland, right along Lake Erie, it's kind of a swirling wind. So when you're going, you're heading towards the west end zone. I'm watching the specialists right now. So this is Dustin Hopkins with the Browns. And then, of course, Brandon Aubrey, the kicker for the Cowboys. When they're going towards the west, the field goal attempts here are pushing to the right. And when they turn around and they're headed towards the dog pound, towards the east end zone, those ones are fluttering to the left. And so with these new kickoff rules, it could come in effect, too, if they're not banging it out of the end zone. I know that you're going to try and squib or try and drop some of these kicks between the 20-yard line and the goal line. The wind may play some havoc in the kicking game. So I know that over the past year with the rookie season, we think that Brandon Aubrey is being automatic, but I don't think anything is going to be automatic in the kicking game today because of these swirling winds.
Well, let's not worry about the kicks. Let's run it.
Game, and I'm curious about your thoughts about the kickoff itself. And that I kind of felt like in preseason, these special teams coaches weren't interested in showing you anything. Have you had any chance to talk to Bones Foss? I know during the OTA's minicamp, he looked far more creative and some of the practices too we saw in Oxnard with this kicking game stuff. Any more thoughts on that?
Yes, you didn't see anything in preseason that you should expect to see in regular season. Of course, he's holding it close to the vest what we're going to see, right? But moving forward, but again, the winds may, try and affect some of these things because you don't want to try and pin it to one side if the wind's going to get hold of it and maybe carry it out of bounds and it be an illegal kick and the ball go out to the 40 instead of the 30-yard line. So, these illegal kicks, it's like the previous years where the ball would be spotted at the 40 instead of the 25-yard line.
Dak is about to, that's the best thing that's happened to him in his life financially.
So I think that could play a factor today. The other thing is, with Kavontae Turpin, Mike McCarthy's like, I just don't know how many teams were going to want to try and kick it to Kavontae. So I think that most teams are just, going to have to make the decision if they're going to concede the 30 for the new touchback spot or, if they're going to take a chance with him. The other thing is we saw a lot in training camp where Rico Dowdle was the returner that was next to Kavontae Turpin. We also saw some times where it was Deuce. And, don't be surprised if you see Wanye Thomas back there as well because he was a very good returner in college. So I know Wanye had been getting some reps. So, it all remains to be seen. But I think that's an exciting part of coming into the 2024 season to look for. I just hope that what we see with the kickoffs is not too skewed just with the gusting winds that we have that are basically blowing the ball. It's not horrible, but it's certainly knocking the ball sideways. It's going left on the east when you're headed towards the east end zone, and it's blowing right of the uprights when you're going towards the west end zone.
Christy, the Cowboys have got two rookie offensive linemen going at it. Any thoughts about anybody telling you like, hey, we're going to try and play this thing, trying to help them, not help them? We trust them. Any thoughts from anybody on the sidelines here in pregame about how they're going to handle that?
They're not tipping their hand as to whether like Ferguson or if a Schoonmaker's going to stay in too much. Obviously, the backs can help shift. But here's the thing. Nobody in Cleveland is feeling sorry for the Cowboys.
Not at all.
Right. Linemen because, of course, they don't have Jedrick Wills, but also Jack Conklin is a game day inactive. So they're without both their veteran starting left tackle and right tackle. So, as much as people, you can hear as the Cowboys come out now, that's actually just Kavontae Turpin and Deuce Vaughn and Wanye Thomas. Wanye! Specialists out here going to work on the returns. It was mostly cheering. I have to tell you that because the Cowboys are in Cleveland only once every 8 years, great representation of Cowboy fans in these
Come
first
on
two
with
levels.
it. I got Montana out there, man.
They way outnumber the Browns fans, at least on the Cowboys sideline. But, in regards to the you would say, it's a mismatch with the Cowboys when you have two rookies and you're going up against the Myles Garretts of the world. Well, you're going to have Michael Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence working against backup tackles for the Cleveland Browns.
No question. Both these quarterbacks are going to be trying to avoid some of the best pass rushers in all of football today. Speaking of the quarterbacks, Dak Prescott, newly paid man, does he look like he's got a little extra pep in his step out there in pregame warm-ups today?
A little weight, all that money in his pockets now, maybe slowing him down. Yeah, I was joking with Brian Schottenheimer, the Cowboys offensive coordinator. I'm like, are you going to be able to, do any waggles with him or, any sprint outs or anything like that with all that money weighing him down? But I'm looking forward to talking with Jerry and Stephen Jones with the negotiations that have been going on over the last 48 hours. It's agreed to. My understanding, it hasn't been signed yet, probably not until we get back. But, it really went up through this morning. But, Dak was always trying to say the right thing about negotiations as they went on, but certainly I think a weight off of his shoulders, and then everyone with the team just kind of take the deep breath. It's over, and now we can just focus moving forward, and most importantly, not have to answer the same questions over and over and over again, because those questions weren't just directed at Dak, they were directed to teammates as well.
Getting the scoop from Christy Scales right here on 105.
Bingo,
The Fan.
Christy.
Now, as
Bingo.
it pertains to CeeDee Lamb, is this just going to be a normal usage game for him today, or do you expect any type of pitch count?
So far, I haven't gotten the answer on that yet. That's one of the things I hope to get right before we kick off, if there's any kind of pitch count for CD. We do know that Flournoy, the rookie wide receiver, is inactive. That's just one of those numbers games, right, where they're having to go with some extra
It's an
guys. They're
evil
also
world we
lower at
live in.
tight end because John Stevens is inactive, but going deeper with the DBs, and you've got Nick Vigil elevated from the practice squad to help with special teams. So 5 wide receivers instead of 6 today for the Cowboys with the rookie inactive.
That's why Deuce Vaughn been
Wonderful.
running.
Christy Scales, ladies and gentlemen.
Offense
Christy, you're the
is
best in the business. Appreciate the time, and we look forward to catching up with you next hour.
Sounds good. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Brian.
There she goes, Christy Scales, right here on 105 through the Fan. Yeah, Dak gets paid today, man. That's got to be, a different type of feeling in the pregame warmups I saw.
No doubt, man. All right, so what we gonna do here, man? We're just gonna cut this episode short, man, and do the live play-by-play game update. So I appreciate everybody, man, for y'all support. So we're gonna shut this stream down, but I wanted to give you the pregame show, man, brought to you by SeatGeek, and check out the information that's in the description box so that you guys can get $20 off of any of your concerts that you may be in or any sports events that you may attend this year. That code is good for the fullness of this year. So be sure to check that out, and we'll be right back, man. So hit that notification bell, and we'll be right back for our play-by-play analysis and reports, man. So I'm going to grab some more stuff, man, and we're going to be ready for y'all, man. So let's get crunk, let's get lit, and we'll be right back, man. So I appreciate y'all, man. One love, and this will be the absolutely the play-by-play show. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's next on deck right here. It will be Cowboys versus Browns, of course, live. So let's get it, Cowboy Nation, one way or another. DC for life. Let's get it.